Executive consultants, you're welcome. Like we promised, we said we are going to be dropping more videos on how to use Excel, especially for things that we have studied in class theoretically, but now we need to apply it using the help of Excel or any other mode of a system that could help you to do all those other things. So in our last video for Excel, we saw how we come up with drop lists. And then in today's video, we are simply going to look at how we do forecast. So you are a manager, you are a marketer, you are a salesman, you are an accountant, you are a finance manager, and you need to present a report of how probably the organization or the firm will be performing in the next few years or in a certain year or in a range of a certain period, like we are going to be seeing. So perhaps your company says we need to have a target of how much are we likely to be making in every after 5 years or in every after 10 years, depending on how the organization sets it up. So we are going to open our Excel sheet again, and then we'll see how easy it is to forecast. Remember, when you're forecasting, it is not a must because we know the business environment changes. It is dynamic. So chances are high that you might forecast and then COVID hits. For example, there were forecasts that were made for the year 2020, 2021, but when COVID came on place, those forecasts were not valid anymore. So Excel is simply painting a picture for you to know. So it is the company or the firm to safeguard itself against the dynamic business environment. So we are going to open our Excel sheet, and then we'll be seeing how we can forecast. So we have a company here with its sales, probably it started in 2000, and it's been having sales from 60 to, let's say, let's not have sales for 2022 because we want to assume the last sales we have are sales for 2021, and want to probably ascertain or forecast how much sales, how many more sales are we likely to have in the year 2022. Then we'll see, probably we'll project 5 years, and then we'll project as the company finds fit. So in Excel, like we know that it is very common, it's very important for you to have the equal sign every time you're going to put up any kind of formula. So the equal sign is very important because if you don't put it, then you'll not be able to access the different functions. The beauty is with Excel, the name of probably what you're looking for, what you want to do, will always be in the formula. You simply have to type it and then you will get it. So I would say want to do forecast. So I will come, and the moment I type forecast, you can see they are bringing a lot of forecasts. There is forecast linear, forecast year start, and then forecast continent, and then core forecast seasonality. But let us be basic in today's class. So I will continue to say forecast. The moment I'm done with, then I will simply open up. When I open up, then they are giving the formula already that I will need to put X first. Remember, in our geography, in our business start, or in any other theory that we've studied, we know that the x-axis is always one that is horizontally placed, and then the y-axis is one that is always vertically placed. And we've always known that it is in most cases that the dependable or the dependent unit is going to be, the dependent variable in this case is going to be on the x-axis, and then the independent is going to be on the variable. So it's going to be on the vertical axis or the y-axis. So because we know that the years are going to be on the x-axis, so we'll have to say, because we know our, we want to forecast for the year 2022. Just a moment. think we might have, because, okay, me just make this big so that we can have, okay, so we'll still say forecast. Then we'll open our bracket, then they will tell us X. So that X is the value or is the year that we want to forecast for. So when I do that, then I'll put the known Y's. Remember I said Y's are always the independent variables. So the cells in this case are the independent variables. So you have to bring all the historical cells up to last year so that you put a comma, and then they will give us the known X's. Those are years running from 2000 up to 2021. And once that is done, you simply close up the bracket and then you press enter. So by Excel formula of forecast, they are telling us that we have chances are high that in 2022 we'll have about 40. Let me just put them in commas like that we can be able to have the right readings. Okay, we'll have 46,642 cells. But let's assume this company wants to project for the next 5 years. So we'll say 2025, and then we'll simply say equals to, again, forecast. And then we'll open brackets. Then we'll put the known X, which is that one. And then we'll have the known Y's. And then we'll have the known X's as well. Then we'll close. So they are telling us that in the next 5 years, we are likely to have, that is about 50,483 cells in the next 3 years, because 2022, 2025. So in the next 3 years, we are likely to have 50 cells. So that is how we use Excel to forecast. So forecast using Excel is as easy as we have seen, but the most important thing is for you to know what is the X variable and what is the Y variable, and then you need to be very certain which range or what is your project line or what is your project trend line. Some companies have a project trend line of 5 years, some have a project trend line of 10, depending on how each company probably would love to have their cells. So this is another Excel video that we have put up on our channel, and we'll be putting on more Excel channels, more Excel videos in the different aspects of not only forecast, but then we'll also have to show how do we do depreciation. How do we calculate for depreciation using Excel? How do we do mortgage? How do we do a loan amortization? And so on and so forth, because the world is moving in the technology. It is developing. The business environment technology is developing at a very fast speed. So it is not taking away the jobs, but it is simply making our work to be easier. Otherwise, we'd be going back to business start to do the calculations, the maths, for us to define, for us to arrive at the forecast. But because of Excel, because of the development in technology, we are able to do this like we have done in today's class. Executive consultants, let us learn together.